Cobra Kai episode 4, Downward Spiral. And it's your boy, although the episode should have been called Cheater. And it's your boy Icon with a Netflix review for you. And I mean, I'm pumping out these things as fast as I can, but things just been a little crazy. Like I said, I got Stargirl, I got She-Hulk. Unfortunately, we just concluded Harley Quinn. The season finale video's up on my channel. I was at New York Fashion Week. I did a video for Fashion Week. It's up on my channel. My New York Fashion Week video hit the 1K mark, and I am truly thankful to every single person that liked the video, commented, watched it, or whatever the case may be. Right here, like I'm gonna keep trying to pump this stuff out, as much as I can and share everything with you, because I love sharing the journey with you. And now we're trying to catch up on some Cobra Kai, because I feel like I'm the only person on the planet who hasn't watched the entire season yet. And here we go with episode 4. So now, this particular episode starts with a good old 1980s rock and roll montage. And it was funny because Carmen's sink had broke, and then Johnny came over to fix the sink, and it was all passion and love and craziness and everything. But what made it awesome that it wasn't Johnny's dream, it was actually Carmen's dream. So now Johnny, he's feeling the pressures of being a two-time stepdad with Miguel. And, he's thinking more about the family thing, because Carmen did tell him about the dream. And, he bumped into his ex-wife, because when she first opened the door, I was like, who the hell is this? But his ex-wife showed up, and then she saw the change in his life. She was like, wow. She was like, you cleaned up your apartment. You're actually trying to find a job. She was like, you knocked Carmen up, didn't you? And then she told him, she said, well, why don't you try being an Uber driver, basically? And then she said, that'll help you get you some money until you can find out what you actually want to do. So he ends up becoming an Uber driver. And he's the most entertaining. I don't know why he kept getting 1 star. If it was me, I would have gave him a 5-star review just for the sheer thrill of it all. And then there was some girl named Michaela, and he called her Michael, and he was peeing in the car and drinking beer and everything. It was funny. Like, the whole thing was funny. I said, but Uber Johnny is in the house, so now we got that to look forward to. Forward. So now here's the part of the episode that got me. We're doing a thing now because the show's actually supposed to be, the show was supposed to be about the kids. It's actually not supposed to be about the adults, but the entire season so far is about the adults, and the kids are taking a back seat. So this episode, we got no karate, but we did get a situation with the children. And the situation with the children is, it's summer vacation, it's summertime, and we're at a water park. Now here's the part that made me laugh on the inside, and I've rolled my eyes. I understand it's summertime. I understand kids are going to go to the park, they're going to go to the beach, they're going to get summer jobs, etc., etc. You cannot tell me, coincidentally, you cannot tell me the entire dojo of Eagle Fang Karate and Miyagi-Do was at the same place with the Cobra Kai kids at the exact same time. I was like, this is very convenient for television, but it was still hilarious nonetheless. So the champs are in the house. We got the Hawk in the house, and then I forgot the other girl name, Tori. I don't know why I keep forgetting this girl name. Tori wasn't being an aggressor. She was just there, to be with Robbie. They were just there to have a good time. Robbie quit Cobra Kai, and that made the black kid upset, because he was like, I joined Cobra Kai for you. And he was like, I ain't no punk bitch. And then he's like, if you join, you'll back up off me, because Cobra Kai turned me into a man. And Robbie was actually trying to talk both him and Tori out of, into leaving Cobra Kai, because he said, Cobra Kai, Terry Silver, they're going to manipulate you. He's going to get into your head. Cobra Kai is going to turn you into a person that you didn't want to be. And that's why I got out. But he's still dating Tori, so he's not going to leave her. So he was still hanging around her. And from the Miyagi-Do side of everything, it looks like Robbie's still a member of Cobra Kai, when all he's really doing is just hanging out with his girlfriend. Miguel and Sam have their little interaction, the little awkward interaction. And to Sam's credit, she's actually doing a good job of trying to stay as far away from this crap as she possibly can. The black kid ended up, picking on her little brother again. They kicked him into the ocean, into the pool. And, after that, Sam basically put her headphones on. She was like, I don't want to do with this BS. And then, some stuff went back and forth. They got into some fights. Some of the other people got into some fights. The black kid actually tried to fight the champ, and that didn't work. And it got to a point where they ended up having a race. They were just, because the water park that they were in had these 2 big water tubes in it. and they said that they were both going to race, like both champs, the female champ and the male champ, they were going to race down the tubes, and whoever wins first, their group their group gets to stay and the other group gets to leave. Now the black kid cheated because he punctured a hole in the Hawk's tube, and his tube deflated as he got halfway down. So when he came out, Tori ended up winning. But then when he got to the bottom, he was like, yo, there was a hole in my tube. And he was like, oh, y'all cheated. Cobra Kai cheated. And then everybody started chanting like cheater, cheater, cheater. And then that ruined Tori on the inside because now she having PTSD from the from the tournament. So she's a little bit upset now. And then, a fight breaks out because, like the Hawk ended up fighting the black kid over the fact that he punctured his tube. And then Miguel showed up, and then Miguel and Robbie got into it. And the thing with Miguel and Robbie, it has nothing to do with any of this. Miguel just wants an excuse to pick a fight with Robbie over the fact that he's jealous that he's spending time with his actual dad. And because the reality of the situation is it had nothing to do with him. And Miguel really could have just asked him a couple of questions and it would have been fine. But because the fight broke out, because like the pushing and the shoving happened, the black lifeguard ended up kicking everybody out of the pool. So while everybody's leaving the pool, Sam dipped and then she just snuck out on her own. Miguel, Robbie ended up talking to Tori. And then Robbie basically told Tori, he was like, look, I ain't gonna tell you what to do, but if you're in Cobra Kai, he was like, yo, we can't be together because Cobra Kai is poison and I don't want any part of that snake venom. So he dipped. After he dipped, Tori was just standing there looking dumbfounded. And then Miguel confronted Robbie. And then the two of them had a pushing match. And then he was like, oh, I thought you said you weren't in Cobra Kai anymore. And he was like, I'm not in Cobra Kai. And he's like, well, how come every time they start shit, you're right in the mix? And then they went back and forth. And then that's when Johnny showed up. And he was like, oh, we're all friends here. And there's like, and I'm like, that would have been the perfect time to tell them that you're having a baby. The lack of communication and the words that are never said on this show blows my mind. So that was it. Both of them walked in their own separate direction, which was crazy to me because Johnny actually showed up to pick up Robbie from the park. So I don't know where Robbie was going, but but we'll see what happens as we move forward. Please do not spoil this for me in the comment section because I'm actually enjoying this and I want to know where all this is going. And then finally, Daniel-san, him and his wife ended up going to a charity event. And this is a very important charity event for his wife because she was basically trying to schmooze with them, with the social climbers. And she wanted to get a seat on their board, which is a charity board. Now, the party was being hosted by Terry Silver. Quicksilver if you saw his license plate. Once Daniel found out Terry was in charge of hosting the party, like Daniel just completely lost it. He was just like, oh, he's setting us up and he's going to do this and he's going to do that. He's got people lurking everywhere. And his wife was just like, yo, bro, chill. And then to Terry Silver's credit, Terry knows that Daniel is overthinking it. He knows that Daniel's freaking out, so he knows how to play him. There was a moment where the woman who's like the head of the committee, the head of the board, Terry Silver walked up to her and basically, told her like, hey, Daniel's wife is a great person. She's respected in the community. She would be a great person to have on your board, blah, blah, blah. He basically talked her up and, basically, did everything he could to get her on the board. So then Daniel overheard him having the conversation. And then he walked over and he was like, what did you say to her about my wife? And he was like, oh, I told her your wife was a lying bitch, and then she doesn't deserve shit. And she's a horrible person. And then Daniel pushed him into the bonsai trees. And then he started laughing and he was like, gotcha, son. And then gotcha, Daniel. And then the woman was just like, oh, what's going on here? And he was like, oh, he was talking bad about my wife. And then she was like, no, he was actually saying how your wife was a well-respected member of the community. And it's like, now you feel stupid because he got a little bit he got too far ahead of himself. And Terry's just playing him like a fiddle. So then, he goes home, him and his wife get into a conversation, they get into an argument. And then that's when Daniel put his foot down like a man. And he was like, I need to be the one to stop Terry Silver and take down Cobra Kai once and for all. And then she was like, well, if you do it, Daniel, I won't be here to see it. Because I hate relationship situations where people say this shit. She was like, oh, I just need to be alone and to clear my head and to clear my mind and be, get my thoughts together. And I'm taking the kids. How is taking the kids going to clear your mind? So I'm like, whatever. I mean, actually, it's good for the son because he getting his ass beat anyway. And Sam's trying to get away from all this anyway. So it does make sense. But it's like, but to be like, oh, I need to be by myself, but I'm taking the kids. It's like, that's just stupid. But that's how the episode ended. Daniel's alone now. We're not going to see his hot wife anymore on the show. I'm a little sad about that. And we'll see what happens in episode 5. And thank you for tuning in. So share your questions and comments and concerns down below about this particular filler episode. Do not spoil anything for me going forward. I know the entire planet watched the entire season of Cobra Kai, and I'm trying to catch up because I'm watching it episode at a time so I can do individual episodes. Who knows? The next time I do a Netflix review, I'll probably just do one big video where I review the entire season in one big shot. But I'm testing the one episode at a time thing. Let me know what you guys think. Do you actually like the fact that I'm doing it one episode at a time? Would you prefer that I just do like a whole group thing? Let me know. Like I said, we'll see what we can do. Put some stuff together as we move forward. So thanks for tuning in, guys. So yeah, until next time for some Cobra Kai action. Check out my other videos because I got Stargirl on the channel. Again, I got the season finale of Harley Quinn, and we still have She-Hulk. Dear God. So until next time, Cobra Kai, take care. Don't get caught in the downward spiral because we're out this bitch.